So I just got in from a cycle with my dad, hence the red mark on my head from my helmet, and the thumbnail picture which showed how filthy we got. But today is Sunday, and that means something called General's Tent, which is something I do every Sunday to kind of plan for the week ahead. But it's a big day today because it's the beginning of a 90-day challenge and the end of a 90-day challenge. So I tend to run kind of my life in 90-day challenges at the moment. This is something taught to me on the Warrior Mentorship program I'm on. And by doing this, it helps have kind of short-term goals that you can actually work towards, whereas a lot of people say, oh, you should have a 5-year goal or a 10-year goal or even a 1-year goal. They all seem so far away. You can't really tell if you're actually doing the things every week to get yourself closer there. Whereas if every 90 days you set what they call impossible games, a big goal, and you push yourself, you can see how far you're going to get. So I want to set a goal physique-based because I'm probably as out of shape, but I'm as unlean or as fat. I'm not really fat, but as fat as I've ever been. So I'm going to give you a quick physique update and then talk about what kind of goals I'm going to be setting. So let's cut to the mirror and I'll show you how I'm looking right now. So let's just focus that. Here's my current physique. Probably around about 15% body fat. It's untensed. I want to give you the full reality of it because a lot of people will only show the tense view and they'll never show the untensed view. So side on, untensed, tense. See, I'm quite wide here. Abs are not that defined. Even when tense, they're okay, but I'd like to be a bit leaner, so I'm probably about 15-16% right now. This way the lighting's not so good, so you can see lighting helps a lot, whereas if I'm facing this way, the lighting is very beneficial. Bicep, kind of small at the moment for me. Tricep. I'm not very good at posing, as you can see. I'm going to get graphic with this. I figured I should probably show my legs as well. So there's my legs, as they are. Calves, small as always. Quads okay actually, better than I thought. Front on, kind of side on. Oh, and whilst I remember, check out this sweatshirt I found from when I was at school. First kind of company I ran with a friend. It's probably more him than me, but we designed t-shirts and sold them online. And this is from my emo days. Check that out. Straight up gangster. It's actually pretty cool. Obviously it looks ridiculous at age 26, but back when you're 16 and emo, this was the thing to have. Well, we thought it was.
Everywhere, freaks and herons, bats and fairies, tell me where it's empty. Tax the rich, feed the poor, till there are narrow.
So I got me salmon Thai curry. Promise it's better than it looks. Gone a bit murky coloured, but it's been reheated and frozen. It's a meal that really freezes well and reheats well and still tastes just as good or even better. So I highly recommend Thai curry. And then I've got some basmati rice. Probably about 120 grams dry weight. It's 400 grams cooked weight. Gonna track this, gonna enjoy it, and then I'm gonna set some goals and I'm gonna go through those with you in a bit. So as promised, I'm gonna go through my goals now. So as I talked about before, within the Warrior Black Box program that I'm in, it's kind of taught to break your goals down into 90-day chunks, and I find this really helpful for myself because longer goals, I've set like yearly goals before and they just seem so far away, there's no pressure. So a 90-day goal is actually quite close, but it's enough time to actually make a big change. And I mean, I've seen this in fitness with our clients, but I've also seen it myself. So in the last 90 days, I've achieved some things. I failed at a lot of things as well, but it's a nice kind of reset now. We've got another 90 days from now until about the 3rd of July to make some big changes. And I've written down my goals here in my notepad. For body, being, balance, and business, which body is like fitness, health, strength, flexibility, whatever you want within kind of that. Being is like how you see yourself to be, who you are, what your purpose is in life and things like this. Spirituality. It's a bit weird, but it's kind of important. You might find when you're getting a little bit older that I found this anyway after uni, and you realize you've got to actually get a job and you have no clear purpose in your life now. You have to decide your purpose, and it's actually quite daunting and scary to think, why am I here? What do I want to achieve in my life? Like, I'm 26 now. Time's ticking by. I'm probably a third of the way through my life, give or take. So I could either blindly ignore it, which is what a lot of people choose to do, or try and work out why I'm here, what my purpose is, and study stuff with the being. So that's what being is. Balance is relationships with others, so friends, family, girlfriend, wife, whatever. So that's also very important. And then business, which is work. So that's basically financial goals from your business and things like that, or products you want to launch. So I'll go through them each, but the point of this 90-day goal is it's quite close, so it puts a lot of pressure on you. Think of like when you're doing exams and stuff. I find myself that the exam deadline, like when you have exams coming up, there's a lot of pressure to actually perform. And when you write essays, when there's actually a deadline, you get it done, don't you? Because there's a deadline there, and the deadline's not too far away. And that's kind of what these 90-day goals are. You break them down as well. So you break them down, you have a 90-day goal, and you break them down to 30 and 60-day benchmarks. So there's always a deadline coming up. So you're always going to have to work towards them. And the point is you achieve way more in your life. So let's get a bit dynamic with it. First of all, got my body goal. So body, I've been kind of stagnant with my fitness for the past couple of years. So what I want to achieve in body is I want to join a CrossFit gym. That's right. I've previously probably dissed CrossFit, maybe not in videos. But the local gym looks like it's taught very well. They're actually really strict on form and things like that. And I want to be strong, flexible, functional, and I want to actually make progress because, as I said, I've stagnated. I've not got any stronger in the last 2 years. I've actually got weaker. I used to be able to deadlift 175 kilos. Can deadlift about 150 now, maybe. But I'd hurt myself. Probably 130 realistically. Bench press, I used to be able to bench press 100 kilos for 5 reps, sets of 5. Now I can only bench press kind of 1 rep on 100. Like, it's a bit depressing, and I don't like going backwards. I only enjoy things when I'm making progress and going forwards. So I'm going to try that, and I just want to be able to. I've set these as quite small goals, but first 30 days I just want to join the CrossFit gym and do the initial ramp up program is what it's called, to actually get good at the movements. And then by the end I want to be able to do a clean and jerk, a snatch, and an overhead squat, because those are actually quite difficult movements, and if you're not flexible enough you won't be able to perform them well. So that's going to inspire me to also do flexibility and stuff. And then I've also broken them down into why I actually want the goal. So I've written a bit about why. I'm not going to go into that now because it'll bore you, and how to actually achieve that goal. So the point of doing this is because the goal has to be, the why has to be very strong. You have to really want that goal, because if you don't clearly know why you want it, and I found this in the last 90 days, I set a goal to read the Bible, the whole Bible, which is ridiculous. But I set that goal. It didn't happen for me because I didn't really know why I wanted to do it. It's just because people in Warrior, the program I'm on, are quite often into religion and stuff, and they're in America, so more of them are Christian and they like reading the Bible and stuff. And I started reading it, and it was just like, I just can't. This is not doing anything for me. I tried to read Genesis. I think I got most of the way through it. I read through Noah's Ark and all that stuff, but by the end of Genesis, I was just like, this is it. And I didn't do anything else, which is a bit of a shame. So this time, I want to read a book called Dark Side of the Light Chasers, which is a lot about discovering who you really are and the sides of your personality you hide, that you would feel better if you actually revealed these and embraced them, because they're often got good elements to the bad aspects of yourself as well. And then I want to vlog daily, which I've been doing and I'm doing now, just to kind of share my thoughts and kind of journal my thoughts and see how far I've come through the journey, and practice talking to camera because I'm not great at that, and kind of get out there. So if anyone's out there who resonates with me or connects with me and feels kind of interested in the business side of things or the fitness side of things, anything I talk about, then I can meet people who are kind of like me, because it's very hard to meet people who are kind of entrepreneurial and into fitness and into all these things I'm into. So let's be honest, that's another reason I'm doing it. Balance, I want to save for a road trip around the USA. Me and my girlfriend have planned it. I've booked the flights very early because they're cheap. In September to October, we're going to go from Houston, Texas, where her family lives, drive across all the way to the west coast. I don't want to mess this up, that's embarrassing. Then drive all the way up to Seattle sort of area. So all the way over to kind of California, then all the way up to Seattle at the top, and then kind of back down. I want to see stuff like the Grand Canyon, which I've missed before on trips. I want to see Yellowstone National Park, which I went to when I was 1, but obviously never saw it because I was too young. I do remember the airplane though, which is a bit weird, but I remember the inside of the plane from that. That's one of my earliest memories. And I just want to see stuff like that, but I need to save about £2,000 just to cover costs, minimum. So I want to save 300 in the first month, 600 in the second month, 700 in the third month. So I've written all those down again. So I've got those benchmarks. So I can know at 30 days, have I hit my goal? If not, I need to change something. 60 days, have I hit my goal? Yes or no? I need to change something. And it's kind of linked to business, that one. And then I planned a couple of dates I want to take my girlfriend on, specific ones, because she likes animals as one. I'm not going to reveal them because she might be watching. And then a trip away as well, just because she deserves it. And then finally, business. I'm not going to go into the numbers because that's kind of private stuff, really. You know how it is. But basically, want to go from earning minimum wage-ish in the first month because we're restarting and launching a new program called Trinity, to then earning kind of what I was earning in my engineering job, which I quit a year and a half ago now, because that was actually a comfortable amount of money to be able to live in the UK. So that's why I've got my whys, I've got my reason how, I've got my reason whys. I've written down how I'm going to achieve these goals. So now they're locked in. I've talked to you about them. But goal setting is really important. Having a journal and locking them in and writing them down and break it into 90-day kind of challenges really works for me, 90-day blocks. And then you can kind of see very quickly whether you're on track for them or not. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend writing this stuff down. And that's probably going to conclude the end of this video. I've got a call with some girls later, some of our elite girls. I'll be speaking to them tonight and for about an hour and a half. And then I'll be going to bed. And then I've got some videos to record this week with Ben. But we'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, I couldn't resist. I've got a little bit more food to show you. This one's a great one. So if you like snacks, if you like Muller Corner, Crunch Corner, my sister used to love them as a kid and I used to steal hers sometimes and enjoy them. Check this out. So this, I'm trying not to shade it, is a few nice things. It's got cacao nibs, which are the brown things, blueberries, 50 grams of blueberries. I got 10 grams of cacao nibs, and then I got Greek yogurt, fake total Greek yogurt, and I'm going to add, meant to do this already, lucky I made the video, 25 grams of vanilla whey protein. If you stir that up, vanilla protein takes a taste to like that Muller Corner sweet yogurt taste, and it has loads of protein, so it's great for building muscle and staying lean. And then the blueberries have lots of vitamins and stuff. The cacao nibs have a lot of health benefits as well. I'm not going to go and bore you with all of them, but I'm going to enjoy this, and then I've got my call.